Hey everyone, hope you're having an excellent day. My name is Tony Rahelme and I want to warmly welcome you to this training session. I'm so excited to be with you on this training. If you don't know who I am, then I've been selling on Amazon since 2014. I made $1 million the first year. Second fiscal year, hit $1 million per month. Amazon has invited me to their events to showcase a successful seller. I've been a speaker at different conferences and received awards, and I have also a very remote team of 40 people in Asia. One of our brands has over 1 million customers. I also have over 1,000 students, of which many have built 6- and 7-figure businesses, and some even done a 7-figure exit. How's everyone doing today? How's quarantine going? Things are slowly opening up here in California. But when going to the stores, everyone wears a mask and gloves, so that's pretty freaky, right? Feels like being in a sci-fi movie. But I mean, no big deal. In my opinion, quarantine is the best time to use your time to studying and learning. And how's everyone's sales doing? You know, guys, like this is absolutely the best time to be selling on Amazon and doing e-commerce, because I mean, Amazon just keeps growing while others are struggling. Look at that. I mean, they recently hired 175,000 additional people. I don't know why some people are wary about selling on Amazon, because at least we are getting like 5- and 6-figure bi-weekly deposits from Amazon, and we are selling thousands of units per day. So we have very limited time available today, so let's just keep it straight to the point. We want to use our time wisely, don't we? So what I'm about to show you today is powerful stuff. I want you to give it the attention that it deserves, because I mean, so often it's really hard to know out there. I mean, with all the noise and confusion, that who's real and who's not. What is effective and what isn't effective? So what I'm about to show you today is transformative if you take it and run with it. So I'm telling you that what we are going to do here today is going to transform some lives. Make sense? Cool. So the topic today is how to work 9 hours per week while earning over almost 300 grand per month on Amazon in 2020, even if your sales are stagnated and without losing all your money on ads. Maybe you're thinking that, 9 hours per week, that doesn't make sense. I mean, usually you need to work the maximum amount of hours to get the most results. But it will make sense once I'm done today. And key thing here is profitability. Revenue is vanity, profit is sanity, and cash is reality. Personally, nowadays, I don't even care about any other numbers than cash on the bank account. Because what's the point of big numbers if you can't even pay your bills, right? You need cash. And anyway, if you want to increase your income, you must also increase your skills. Common sense, right? In order to achieve something you currently do not have, then you must do something you currently are not doing. So please keep an open mind. But I mean, first thing I want to ask from you is focus, because what I'm going to be talking about is really groundbreaking, and it has had tremendous impact on our sales. It has had tremendous impact for some of our students. But I mean, none of this will help you if you are not focused, right? So please put away your phone, turn off all notifications, and close down Skype and email, lock yourself in a room if you have to, so that you have privacy. Do not let anyone disturb you. So I have one question for you. Are you focused? Are you getting me? Are you actively listening to me? Come on, don't decide, just write in the chat box that yes, I am in. I'm serious. I mean, I can just stop here. If I don't see it, I'm not moving. Otherwise, we can just quit right now. I mean, yes, maybe you know that I'm not often doing webinars, so when I do, I want it to matter. I mean, otherwise there is no point. It's not like I even like doing these webinars, because if you're not focused, if you're not actively listening to me, then why bother, right? It's best that all of us just move on to something else. So are you in? Awesome, that's more like it. Okay, so I mean, if you stay until the end, you will get a handbook of 200 tips and tricks to implement right now on Amazon. I will additionally teach you the Jeff Bezos decision method. And if you stay until the end, you might be the one person who gets 1 year Amazon Master membership value of 2,000 euros, and which is an 8-week online program. Additionally, 30-minute free consulting call together with me, where we'll deep dive into your business next week. So isn't that cool or what? So the winner is announced at the end of this training. So I will consult the winner this week or next week. I will personally help you grow your business. Do you want to win? Then stick until the end. The winner is chosen at the end. So at the end, we know who this person is, but I can give you a hint. The winner is the person who listens and takes action quickly. Make a note of that. Okay, so why is this different? Let's get to business. I mean, first thing I want to say that if you haven't been able to grow your Amazon business or been getting starting, or you've been concerned in the past that you cannot succeed, then put those fears to rest. I mean, what has held you back is not lacking action or not following the process. It might be just that you are simply not properly evaluating the impact of your actions. And if you have ever thought that this has to be easier, then you're right. I mean, the solution is not to follow some process blindly. Selling on Amazon is a skill that anyone can learn. So after this webinar, you can get a system for really skyrocketing your sales on Amazon. So on this training, I will present a step-by-step approach for building business in a way that you outsell your competition, you provide more value to your customer, and it's easier, quicker, and more enjoyable to create than you thought even possible. So my goal from this training is that I want to help the people who want to grow their Amazon business. And the only way to really skyrocket your sales and profitability is by going deep on Amazon and thoroughly understand how Amazon works. So I'm going to show you exactly how to increase your profitability on Amazon. I'm going to show you exactly how we do this even for the products that just keep standing there. And I know that a lot of people feel uncertain about Amazon. So today I'm going to replace that uncertainty with clarity. I'm going to take fear that there might be, and I'm going to replace it with confidence. Today I'm going to take something that you know is inside you that's not getting out, and I'm going to let get it out. That's really my goal today. But hey, I mean, if I fail at all those things, the worst thing I'm going to show you is how to make a lot of money on Amazon. Who here is okay with that? I know I am. Now that's what I'm going to do for you, but let me ask you this. What are you going to do for me? Nothing pains me more than if I present you a good idea and you say, yeah, I mean, that's a good idea. I can solve a major problem. And then, I mean, 5 years later, I run into you and you still say, yeah, Tony, that was a really good idea, but I have nothing to show for it. That really breaks my heart. So I'm going to do the best I can for you, but you need to do the best you can for me. I want you to see as I teach things. If they make sense and are applicable in your business, I want you to implement them in your mind. I want to see yourself actually using these techniques, actually forklifting them and placing them into your business and winning where you before couldn't win. Are you willing to do that for me? And I'm not talking about yes in your mind. I'm not talking about yes with a head nod. I'm talking about letting me see yes in the chat box right now. 3 letters, Y-E-S, enter. Who is ready? Percy is ready, Sophia's ready, Kaylee's ready. Excellent. Caroline, Abdul, Marianne, Mike, yes. So, I mean, you may be wondering if you can do or not do what I'm about to share with you today. That's a valid concern, because what you really want to know is this. Will this time be different? Will you finally get the solution you've been looking for all this time? Well, I mean, I believe you can. As we go through this presentation today, I'm going to show you how this unique approach seems to work for all different people from all different backgrounds. And each and every one of them with their own unique set of talents that they bring to the table. So look for that, and it should help you see that you, in fact, can do this, yes. But the key question for achieving things in life is why? Why do you do what you do? So let me know what is your why by writing to the chat box. It has to be crystal clear. Otherwise, it won't motivate you. So, I mean, my why is freedom. That's what really gets me going. I mean, freedom to travel around the world together with my family, meet cool people like Formula 1 driver and world champion Mika Häkkinen, hang out with monkeys, drive a Tesla X, live in a best penthouse in the Philippines or in a 5-bedroom house here in Southern California. Quarantine is not all that bad when you live in a big house. So my aim was never ever to work hard. It was to work less. You work the absolute minimum to get the most results. If you tell me that you work for the money, then it's simply not true. Money is only a tool. It's what you get for value in exchange for the money you use to get it. Besides burning money to stay warm, there's little value in having money. Money is only good for what you can exchange it for. So your hope is that whatever you get in exchange is better than keeping your money or spending it on something else. So I have a question for you. Do you want to grow your Amazon business? Do you want to have more money and free time in your life? I mean, that's what Amazon did for me. And if I show you how to grow your Amazon business, will you promise me to actually do it? If so, then tell me yes right now in the chat box. Yes, Felix wants to be rich. Omar wants to own a car. Create wealth. financial freedom. Scott is saying, my wife to give me more time to spend with my family. Exactly. Same thing with me, Scott. Gail, to enjoy my life. And it's really important that you go deep and start thinking that, okay, what is it that gets me going? Because if you don't have that, then you eventually will lose your motivation. Okay, I mean, if I show you how to grow your Amazon business, will you promise me to actually do it? So if so, then let me know yes in the chat box. Because this is not for anyone looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not for anyone not willing to do the work. Success does not come for free. It requires effort. So this is only for the people who are committed and take action. Excellent. Sophia says yes. Bilal, Carl, everyone says yes. Cool. So, I mean, who am I and why should you even listen to me? Good question, right? I'm 38 years old with a spouse and a 6-year-old girl. So you can see a picture of my family on the left. We were at this Halloween party in the Philippines and dressed as Star Wars characters, Kylo Ren and Rey. We won the second prize. Woohoo! So I started my first business on October 2014 with my business partner, Victor Villan. It took us 2 years to get from 0 to $1 million per month selling on Amazon.com. And for some people, that might be enough. And I guess, I mean, some people would have stopped there, but I wanted to really take things further. So we have repeatedly grown and we'll keep doing so. And you can do it too. I'm not saying you personally will get results like this, but I want to show you that what's possible if you really take this and run with it. You might be wondering about the Obama picture, right? So the thing is that when I met President Obama, I told him about one of our brands and what we are doing. And he replied by saying, excellent. Isn't that exactly the kind of response you want to hear when you are telling people what you are doing or what? I have 40 employees working remotely in the Philippines, Singapore, and China, and we do not have any office, so everyone works remotely. That's really the thing that gives me freedom. I'm not tied to any location or time. I have the freedom to be a board advisor to other companies and even do a doctorate degree on the side. And it's funny, I'm actually doing this doctorate degree with minimum effort. I go to the university here in California like once a week. Well, I mean, I did before the coronavirus. I did all assignments like last minute, but I still got all A's, and the teacher even called me a fantastic student. That's really because I know business. And one of our brands has over 1 million happy customers. And that's really the main thing, to have raving fans for your brands, right? You want to have customers who love your products. Make sense? And one of our brands has been featured in Golden Globe Awards and different TV channels. But main thing is to delight and wow your customers. It's awesome to know that your products, your brand is making an impact. And one of the customers even thanked us for helping her to make a memory for her grandchildren using our products. It was Christmas time and she had final stage cancer. So she said that most likely it will be the last Christmas for her. So that was really moving. She made a memory out of herself by using our products. So personally, I've been a speaker at different conferences. On the left, there's a photo of me speaking at this 8-figure sellers panel for thousands of Amazon sellers in Las Vegas a few years ago. So Amazon has also invited me to their event called Boost in New York. So they built a stand for one of our brands, which you can see on the right, as they wanted to showcase a successful Amazon seller. And in 2017, we launched a course called Amazon Master, and we have over 1,000 students, mainly from Finland and Estonia. And many of them today are running 6 and 7 businesses selling physical products on Amazon. And that's really what gets me excited, seeing people take action and get results and maybe make a small contribution in helping them do that. But I mean, these people are themselves are the ones doing the results for them. They do it on their own. And sometimes we hold live events. And it's really awesome to get great feedback from students saying that we are making an impact on their lives. But one thing I value is taking action. I mean, doing something is always better than doing nothing. And that means along the way, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to look maybe not so cool. But I mean, that's fine. That's just part of the process. And the reason why we get results is that, first of all, we are not ego-driven. Even though I lived in a penthouse in Manila, I mean, I did not post photos on Instagram every day to create some kind of image about myself, because I mean, that's not who I am. I have no need to look cool. And even though I now live in this 5-bedroom beautiful house in Southern California, I mean, I'm not posting daily photos on Instagram. I mean, and I drive a Tesla X and absolutely love the car, but I mean, even though I have a Tesla X, I'm not going to be boasting how cool I am. my neighbors here have some Lamborghinis, Porsches, and Ferraris in their yachts, and maybe someday, I don't know, I will buy one too, but I'm never ever gonna brag about it because I'm an ego driven. So we are not also afraid of failing or looking stupid. And so many people ridicule my videos, saying that I keep hearing that I cannot speak English, I cannot even speak Finnish, my native language, I look like a woman, I look like a vampire, and whatever. So many people basically tell me that I suck. And actually that vampire comment might be pretty spot on. I mean, my skin is pretty pale, especially here in California standards. I have only 2 colors, white and red. But I mean, my point is that I have sense of irony. I can laugh at myself. Life's definitely easier when I don't take things too seriously. So, ridicule is fine because I value getting things done over perfection. So I'm not afraid of looking stupid. That's just part of the process. And we are humble and constantly keep experimenting, and we are making our company as this experimental lab. I mean, that's exactly what Amazon is doing. And we constantly invest time and money into learning with humility. We are never done with learning and think highly of ourselves. I mean, as you can see, there's one course I bought for $5,000, another one for $8,000, yet another for $15,000. So we paid 40 grand for an Amazon mastermind. And last week, I just joined another online marketing mastermind for $30,000. And every single time, those investments pay back in multiples. So we have invested over $100,000 into different courses and masterminds, but as a result, we have got like hundreds of thousands back. Do you get it? Investment pays back, and you need to invest if you want results. I mean, if you buy a $50 course, you're likely to get like $50 of value back. Do you know what I mean? Invest into your growth. But first, I can tell you a bit about my backstory. So 6 years ago in 2014, my spouse and I got our daughter. But the sucky thing was that I had just lost my job, and I was fired from my job. And it was really odd timing. And actually, I had already been thinking of starting my own business for years, but never really pursued it. So I guess this was life's funny way of forcing me to finally start a business. My dream was to have freedom. I mean, to have a thriving business, to provide more of a family, eventually move to California. I mean, to live the life of freedom. But the problem was that I didn't really know what to do. I mean, I didn't have any business plan. I had plenty of ideas, but I didn't really know where to start. Probably I had too many ideas. So I spent all days and nights trying to find a business model, watching videos on YouTube, reading books, reading blogs. So this situation made me feel bad because I could not do the things that I wanted to do, have freedom, right? It also made me feel bad because I personally felt like a failure as a father and spouse since I couldn't provide more for my family. I mean, I had no income at the time. We were using our savings, and those savings got smaller every single day. And day by day, I watched my bank account balance getting lower and lower. And I can tell you, it's not the best feeling there is. So I was searching online for different things, and saw many people talking about selling on Amazon. And they called this model the Amazon FBA, like online arbitrage. They would buy products from stores and vendors, usually in US, and then just sell those on Amazon. And they were pretty successful, doing like 6- and 7-figure businesses doing that. And it was really intriguing. I mean, they were simply just reselling other people's products with no innovation whatsoever. But it was fascinating, but not really that exciting for a business model. But then I saw something more interesting. I mean, some people were doing the same thing with their own brands. They were building a brand that they owned and controlled 100%. That means they could define their own pricing, products, positioning. That's when I really realized that I don't want to be just some reseller selling some random products. I want to have a brand. I want to impact people, delight them in one way or another. So I wanted to build my own brand that I could launch on Amazon. So I came up with a plan and invited my friend Victor to join, to start building a brand. And if I failed, I would have just let go of my dream of having business. I would be crushed. I would also have to tell my family that basically I failed to provide for them. So, I mean, maybe I'm just not cut out to be an entrepreneur. Maybe I just get a job and work until retirement. That's a depressing thought. So, I mean, we get busy and started building our empire together with Victor, and we were super dedicated and simply focused on getting done. So after a few years, we had a team of 40 people. So the hard work really paid off. And the thing is that it's not just me there are also examples of people that got results too that we have helped. Here's one of our students from Amazon Mastery who was an 8-figure business. So in 2017, he was struggling, but I mean, 2 years later, almost to the date, he was doing 1 million per month with one product. Can you imagine? One product, and his profit margin is 30%. That means he nets 300K every month with one product. Isn't that incredible? Type yes if you like his results, and type hell yeah if you want to get similar results. And his path definitely wasn't an easy one. It didn't come for free, but he put in the effort and made it work. And the result speaks for itself. This is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about, taking action. So when one student, and we have one student who is currently negotiating an exit, he's selling his brand for a lump sum of cash. Pretty awesome, right? But if you like this one, you will love the next one. So one of our students actually did an exit. He sold off his brand for a few years after starting it. And can you guess how much the student made? Let me know, pick a number. How much did he make? He got a bank transfer of $2 million. Pretty crazy, right? I'm so happy for him, and it really gets me excited. So hard work pays off. So it's funny, at least in Finland, people don't really want to talk about success. Most of our students don't want any attention. It's not really in the culture. But at the end of this training, I will tell you who this person is. So stick around to see his name and photo. And that's really the great thing about selling on Amazon. You can sell your brand for a lump sum of cash. We regularly get this acquisition inquiries to buy out our brands. Check what this company says there. We are an acquisition firm seeking Amazon-based brands, private label FBA merchants to acquire. We are well-funded cash buyers who have completed over 400 million in mergers and acquisitions and have an aggressive mandate to buy. So these are emails that I get regularly. But the thing is that, I mean, if you want this to, you have to do the same thing I did when I got started and visualize what you want. If you don't know what you want, it's hard to know. It's hard to get there. It's like going to a taxi, and when the taxi driver asks you, where do you want to go? You just say that, I don't know, somewhere, any place but here. So the taxi drives and he likes 20 meters and say, okay, here you are. So you need to get clear. So, I mean, just close your eyes, imagine what it would like to be seeing these 5, 6, or 7-figure Amazon deposits coming to your bank account. And if you had the things you just visualize would make a difference in your life. If you had maybe bi-weekly 6 or 7-figure deposits. So what would you do if you finally got those things? Let me know in the chat. Okay. All right, ready to get started. Let's stop daydreaming and get busy, won't we? We want to get things done, right? Are you ready to learn? Type yes. Hell yeah. Gail is ready. Okay, so what we are covering today is that why the winning formulas for selling on Amazon in 2020 is to rewire your sales engine and really go deep using a recipe. So how we scaled up by taking complete newbies as sales agents with this framework, and why you don't need a perfect product to be successful on Amazon. And thing is that you hear many people saying that to succeed, either you need to launch tons of products or throw tons of money into selling on Amazon. And yeah, I know, I mean, that's what most people are saying, right? But that doesn't make it true. The key is to go deep, and let me explain. So I used to think focusing on the brand and launching great products is enough. I used to think just following a checklist is enough. As long as you have a good looking product listing and a bit of traffic, then it's good to go. But that is not the way it works. That's not the way to get results. So when I did it like this, I was missing one crucial element. Let me give an analog to explain it. So taking all parts individually versus handling everything at once is like going to the gym and doing some random things without a specific program. Whereas you might be doing the right things, you will not get the results you want without understanding the totality. I mean, when I first started, like some 15 years ago, going to the gym, I didn't know anything and had no experience. So my employer at the time gave me some gym tickets, but I didn't know anything. So I was basically doing random things for 1 hour. I mean, did I get results? Not so much. I was like this guy sleeping at the gym, exhausted from doing everything. That's when I started going. Then when I started doing gym like 4 years ago, again, I joined this 6-week program that gave the workout program what to do and when, and what to eat and when. And the difference in the results was like night and day. This means that even if you're doing the right things, you might still be missing something. So product success on Amazon is like a recipe. Let me explain. So it has ingredients, step-by-step action plan, but I mean, that's not enough. In order to cook a great dish, you need to follow the recipe. You need to use use the right ingredients, do things in correct order with correct times in between. Otherwise, you will get some random, like this dish on the picture, right? It's the same thing with success on Amazon. So Amazon success is also like a recipe. Product success has stages, stages have action steps, and action steps lead to end results. And everything has to be done in a timely manner, in correct order, in correct times in between. I mean, can something like this be created with using random ingredients, taking random actions and random times? What do you think? Let me know in the chat box. Can something like this be created with just doing just some random stuff? Probably not. Instead, result would be something like this instead. And the worst thing is that, I mean, I spent a lot of fortune of time and money just trying to make this thing work. So what happened when I didn't follow the recipe on Amazon? I wasted a lot of time, gained no or little success for the product, kept wondering why I'm not making progress, why I'm losing money on ads, and why my product doesn't rank, why I'm not getting any traction, and why I'm not getting any sales and profit. And that's not really a product issue. It's knowledge and action issue. So what happened when I didn't follow this recipe on Amazon? I wasted a lot of time. For example, when I launched products without reviews, I gained false information about the product attractiveness. So when I ranked products before getting information from blogs, I spent lots of money on ranking for the wrong keywords and never ranking high. And when I prepared listing based on gut feeling, not market research, I had hard time to gain traction from the market. So we have Monica here. She's saying that with a strategic plan and after studying it and applying it to one of her products, she felt fearless because her listing is speaking the language of the customer, speaking directly to them, and this way the product is closely connected to the customers. That's the way to go. Good job, Monica. And let's take a look at one of our newly launched products. Let's take a look here. Sessions, 20 sessions. I mean, it has almost no sessions, but since the positioning is great, this means crazy amount of sales and conversions. Check it out. 20 sessions and 300 sales. Conversion of 1,500%. That's a record. And maybe you think that you already know what you need to do next and you don't need any step-by-step for more. But let me ask you a question, like, do great master chefs only know one recipe? And when you think you can figure out your own success formula, then how long will it take? I mean, it took us for 6 years through launching over 300 products. Or maybe you're thinking that I don't need a success recipe because I have no product yet. You know, actually, that's where you really need one, since imagine now buying the wrong ingredients for your dish and trying to cook it in the wrong order. Like, how much money will you lose? And through this, I mean, there's really a difference with just cooking a meal and following a recipe versus really being a master chef. But without a good recipe, it will take ages to even do it right. And in order to become a master chef, you need to learn many different recipes. So my question to you is, are you going to continue with the old dumb way of doing this, or are you going to adopt a new way? Are you serious? Are you really going to? Let me know in the chat box that you are. Then second thing, how we scale up by taking complete newbies as sales engines with this framework. I used to think that I need to be like super skillful with pre-existing knowledge, that first I need to become competent and then I can become successful. I also used to think that I need to hire skilled professionals. But the problem is that on Amazon, it's difficult to find anyone skilled about Amazon. Let me give an example. So here's 2 people hiking in nature trying to get from point A to point B. Neither of these two people are on familiar territory. They're hiking in this area for the first time. So the one on the left is a complete newbie with 0 experience doing his first hike ever. That's number 1. On the right, there is professional guide who hikes for a profession. That's number 2. Which one is more likely to get to the destination? What do you think? a newbie or a professional? Perhaps number 2, the professional hiker. But what if this person number 1 has a map? That's a complete game changer, right? Wouldn't you agree that, of course, person number 1 is the winner. Prior skill do not matter when you have the map. That's basically an unfair advantage. For example, let me show what happened to us related to this. So we had some major issues in Germany, and on one of our accounts, the sales were completely down. Previously, this account was doing well over 100K per month, but now due to many unexpected events, it had collapsed and we had to start over. It was a disaster. So we had done all the necessary things like the product listings, keywords, but we knew that we had good products with great pictures and reviews, but they just didn't sell. Together with Victor, we were visiting some of our partners in a blockchain company in Shanghai. That's when we met this one German guy in China who was just really eager to learn Amazon business. So after we talked, we decided to hire a complete newbie, Michael. So we decided to hire him and we made him our Amazon German marketplace owner, meaning that he will take over sales on Amazon Germany for one of our accounts in hopes that he will be able to increase our sales. So we hired him last year and taught him the system, the blueprint, and we have been developing for almost 6 years now. And it's been pretty insane what has been done to one of our German accounts. Take a look at this account here. So the German sales on this account beginning of the year was only 162 units per week. In March, 3 months later, the weekly sales were 1,000 units per week. So that's almost 7x increase. And this was even including several out-of-stock issues due to the supplier. Here we can see a comparison from last year, January, March, to this year, January, March. At the end of 2000, we lost many good products due to trademark issues on this account. And now, thanks to hiring Michael and our system, we were able to pull back sales in Germany with other existing products, and it's been a huge payoff for us. So, and we are actually eager to see this German account hitting 1 million per month by the end of this year. So then I basically thought that, okay, I will test this out on USA with some products. So I took the same system I had and I had this one Filipino guy called Jay, trained him a step-by-step action plan and put him on Amazon.com and gave him some products. And he was able to take these products from 1,000 units per week beginning of January to 4,000, almost 5,000 units per week. So it's almost 5x increase in sales in less than 3 months. That's where I realized that we have to deploy these product owners for each market. But the issue in this case was that we basically trained these 2 people by hand-holding. Carefully go. The best option to scale, since this training would give us hands-off from training them manually, and they can revisit the training material whenever they need. So maybe you're thinking that, I don't need anybody for Germany since I have nothing to sell there. If you have nothing to sell in Germany, that's absolutely perfect, since now with this system, you're able to start selling with full speed, hands-off, when you have your products there. Or maybe you're thinking, I'm taking care of my products myself. I don't need any newbies. I can hire them right now anyway. And that's why you personally have to become this this product owner in your company, using a system that will give you this advantage. That's not only, it will actually save crazy amount of time as well. So that's exactly why you need to become this product owner yourself today. But how can you become a great seller if you don't have the map, the system that helps you get going? And the thing, what really is important to understand, that you don't need this perfect product to be successful on Amazon. And that's pretty weird, right? All this time you're being told that, you need a perfect product. The secret is in the perfect product. Once you find your perfect product, never ever tell us so. And now I'm saying that, no, it's not the case. So everything happened again through failure, misery, and tears. So we were launching a new product and spent crazy amounts of money on it. And then it got worse. When we launched it, we actually lost another $3,000 on Amazon ads, since click prices were enormous and it really felt like we were in a dead end. So we couldn't advertise since click prices were crazy expensive and product was not ranking anywhere and simply standing there. So Then I went back to the keyword research and did it again. So I remember one saying that basically every keyword is like a lottery ticket that can make you money. So I was starting to think about keywords as markets and locations, as doors or places of income. So I discovered that we are actually not tackling over 80% of keywords, since there are crazy amount of them. And it's not even possible to add like 30,000 keywords to your listings. Then I realized that we chose the wrong keywords from the start to go with. See, we chose these typical big, bulky root phrases which were full of competitors and struggle. And that was the wrong thing. We accidentally end up in this cutthroat business. So it's better to position your products on areas where there's less supply and competition, rather than hunt these big, bulky ego keywords that get you nowhere. So if you spend all your energy on those, then you spend a lot of money on getting nowhere. And as soon as we repositioned ourselves on long tail, indexed correct phrases and synchronized these low supply and competition keywords with ads, our product really took off immediately. It's like suddenly it worked. Wow. So all this time we were obsessed on improving our listing content. So, I mean, as soon as we reposition ourselves on this long tail and index these correct phrases and synchronize these low supply and low competition keywords together with ads, our products really took off immediately. It's like suddenly it works. I mean, all this time we were improved on improving our listing content, but I mean, that was never the problem. The listing or the product, I mean, that was never the problem. We were thinking that our product is simply not supreme, and we were wrong. It was never a product issue. So let me ask you a question. So are you obsessed on finding and releasing the best product? Did you know that like only 5 to 10% of people may want to buy the best product? Only 5 to 10% of people care about getting the best product. So you're saying that you want to find the best product. You are all obsessed about finding the best product. But I mean, that's basically, I mean, you're targeting only 5% of people. Most people do not care about that. Most people do not want the best car or the best laptop. What they want is good enough product and newest version with some extras with good price. That's what they really want. I mean, that's what majority of people want. So if you are obsessing on doing the best product, I mean, you're basically targeting only 5% of the people. So do you need the best product to be successful on Amazon? No, you do not. So, okay, well, I don't have the best product, so why don't my product sell then? Think about this. I mean, how can you drive here? How can you drive in a traffic jam? The answer is by positioning. So let's say that, okay, product equals the car and keyword equals the road. So what's the point of getting a Ferrari, meaning building a great product, and then position yourself in a traffic jam? So traffic jam on Amazon means that you're on these really competitive keyword phrases. So you're stuck there. You're stuck, you have your own Ferrari, but so does everyone else. You see Ferraris in like, you know, left and right and front and back. You're stuck with all the other Ferraris. And yeah, I mean, this is what most of Amazon sellers are doing. They take their Ferrari and then go drive in a traffic jam. Most of the sellers are obsessed about building the perfect product. And in the process, they actually completely ignore the keyword strategy, and they ignore the fact that Amazon is a search engine. So sellers spend crazy amounts of energy on building the best product, and then they are stuck with other sellers who are done exactly the same. They are basically end up in this rate of race to the bottom, meaning that when everyone has a Ferrari, it will eventually just decrease the prices where nobody can actually make a profit. So sellers spend crazy amounts of energy on building the best product they can, and then they are stuck with other sellers who have done the same thing. And the key thing is that Amazon is a search engine. So what's your positioning? What's your keyword strategy? So do you want to position your product like this, standing still, getting nowhere? Or do you want to have an open road with minimum amount of competitors where you can drive fast? Which one? Traffic jam or this open road? I mean, why nobody is obsessed about keywords then? And the competition on keywords. So the number one goal is to find open rows and drive to the base, number one. Not to harvest like these million keyword phrases for the listing and then hope to rank somewhere, right? Does it make sense? Hope is not a strategy. Let's take an example. Which one is better? We have keyword phrase with 1,000 searches and 4,000 competitors. Number two is keyword phrase that has 200 searches and 150 competitors. Let me know which one is better, number one or number two. You know, I mean, products have thousands of keyword phrases, and let me ask you another question, Saj. Can you fit all the keywords you find to your product listing? Can you just take all those 30,000 keywords to your product listing? Yes, I mean, number two is better because you cannot fit all the keywords to your product listing, right? But I mean, okay, why most sellers are not choosing the keyword phrase that we have minimum amount of competitors, not the maximum amount of demand, but I mean, minimum amount of competitors. So why do people do that? And then they complain about having no sales. They end up in this traffic jam, and then they're saying, oh, hey, I mean, why cannot I drive my beautiful Ferrari here in this traffic jam? So Amazon is a search engine where you pick your game. You decide where you play, with who you play, and with how many opponents you have. You decide your positioning by choosing your keywords, and it's better to position your products on areas where there's less supply and competition rather than halt these big, bulky eco keywords that get you nowhere. And you can now do this easily with tools, with different tools in 2020. You pick your game. And imagine like what would happen if you can reduce your competitors by 50 to 90% today. What would happen? I mean, for new products, it would probably quadruple your sales. For already selling products and adding more and better of these long tail keywords, it would easily add extra 20 to 30% to your sales. Keyword positioning is this little annoying task that can have crazy impact on your sales. And I have not seen anyone teaching this so far, like who has really taken this to so extreme level as we have. So can you see how this would work for you? So far we have covered that, okay, why the winning formula for selling on Amazon is on 2020 is to really rewire your sales engine and go deep using a recipe. How we scale up by taking complete newbies as sales agents with this framework, and why you don't need the perfect product to be successful on Amazon. And when you do it like this, you will actually spend less time on managing your business, and while at the same time getting more sales. So you get the AMZScout, which is a bundle of several different tools. You can validate product ideas, guidance. You get guidance on sourcing, you're finding on the best keywords and staying ahead of the market. And there's pro extension product trackers, keyword explorers, quick view, FBA calculator, stock stats, and exclusive Amazon insights. So every week you get product ideas. So you can, here's basically an overview how you can use AMZScout tools. You can identify niches, you can choose products, then source the products, find the keywords, and then evaluate the market. So AMZScout has tons of happy users, so it's definitely a safe bet. So you don't need to pay anything. It's because you get annual access to the AMZScout tools, and it's included in this deal.
This was an amazing live event, and right now you can get your complete toolset for Amazon sellers. It comes with AMZScout's own course on how to find a profitable product and sell it on Amazon. Grab this bundle for only a fraction of these tools' original cost. Click the link in the description to take advantage of this special offer.